McCauley, Pray It Off, talking about one of the barriers to our weight loss, habitual inactivity. And here's something else we do. It's kind of like the January 1 diet, where you go, I'm going on a diet January 1. And then January 1, you're kicking butt. January 2, January 3, January 4, you're like, just one ho-ho. It's kind of like that with exercise. You're like, I'm going to do that, Ellen. I'm going to leave Pray It Off, and I'm going to start walking 5 miles every day. And then tomorrow you'll say, wow, this is a long distance, 5 miles. Maybe I'll walk 2 miles today, and tomorrow I'll walk 3. And then the next day you go, I'm kind of tired. Maybe I'll walk 5 miles over the course of my lifetime. Which is what a lot of us say. So, why are we zapping? We have 15 energy zappers. I love these. I love it when they say 7, 3, 15. 15 energy zappers depleting your zest for life. Germaine Greer said, energy is the power that drives every human being. It is not lost by exertion, but maintained by it. You don't exercise and lose all your energy. You get more energy by exercising. I've talked about sleep a lot. Bob and I have made a conscious effort to go to bed at 9:30. Now last night we went to bed very late because we're having a garage sale Saturday, because you know how I was going to do the flea market, and then I didn't feel well, had the surgery. So we have a lot of stuff thanks to you guys donating, and we're going to try and raise money for Vince for NYU. So we have all this stuff in the garage, and we're organizing it all because we have plans for tomorrow night. So right at the end, we're organizing everything. We hit the garage door button, and guess what? The garage door broke. It didn't just break. It fell to the ground. The spring came out. It sounded like our whole house was caving in. Now, we have repaired the garage door before because it costs like $5,000 to get a new one because of how big it is. So we got a spring just last October. So we're like nickel and dime. Anyway, it cost like $200 for the spring. So the first thing I did was burst into tears because we're trying to raise money, and now we got to spend $200, and it was a full moon. I didn't feel good. I'm going, I had a 60-year-old temper tantrum, and it's kind of hard to go to bed when you're having a temper tantrum. So that was my night. So then today I'm thinking, all right, well at least I know I lost weight because I went to a party Saturday night and I only had lettuce and oil and vinegar, and I only had water, and I didn't have any milk or ulcers, and everyone was drinking, and I rode my bike 5 miles every day. I did 10,000 steps. At least I'll lose weight. And then I got on the scale and I didn't move an ounce. So I went, the garage door's broken. I didn't lose any weight. That's it. I'm not riding my bike ever again. It doesn't matter. But wait a minute, Ellen. You're doing a whole presentation on how exercise inherently is better, even if you don't lose weight. And I'm like, I don't feel good. I want to go to bed. So I went in and I rode my bike 5 miles because I practice what I preach, everybody. I practice what I preach. And guess what? I felt better. I felt better after I wrote it. I wrote it at a higher intensity. I shaved 2 minutes off my time, and I'm like, ha. But you're not always going to lose weight. So but I started by saying we went to bed late because we were so busy, me crying, Bob trying to calm me down. So then he does what everyone does. Ellen, it could be worse. The garage door could have fallen on someone and killed him. Yeah, that's worse, Bob. Ellen, it could be worse. The garage door could have fallen on one of our cars. You totaled it. Yeah. And I was inconsolable. I was like, So anyway, we're having a garage sale Saturday. Be there if you want to. So I said, I was going to sell everything cheap. Now I was going to sell the purses for $3, and now I'm selling them for $5 because we got to make up that garage door. Okay, here's something else we do. Weekend oversleep. How many times have you said, you know what, I'm just going to sleep really, really late on Saturday and Sunday? And when you do that, I don't know about you, but then the next night it's hard to fall asleep. because you've slept late. I mean, we're not teenagers anymore, although there might, no, I don't think any of us are. We need to have some regular sleep. Clutter, mess, and disorganization. I could run a whole group called Clutter It Off. You know, that's how important I think this is. And one of the reasons we're having a garage sale is we're downsizing. But I love the statistic. Americans waste 9 million hours each day, not year, not month, each day, looking for lost and misplaced items. I'm guilty. Write things down. That helps me, you know, as far as being disorganized, I write everything down. Procrastination, unfinished tasks, and projects. That is an energy zapper. You're so busy worrying about the stuff you're not doing, you're doing nothing. And I say one thing that helps me is like a little bit at a time. Like I want to burn all my CDs onto a hard drive because I want to get rid of the CDs, but I don't want to get rid of the music. I have a lot of CDs, but guess what? I've been doing 2 or 3 a day. Pretty soon, they'll be gone, maybe 2020. Also, anger. Anger, we talked about forgiveness and anger. And when you're mad and you're too mad or upset to exercise, that's the time you need to exercise. This is a big one that's an energy zapper too. Overspending. If you're spending too much money on getting too much stuff that you're going to sell for $3 at a garage sale, step it back, stop having that zap your energy. Get a budget that fits into your level of income. You know, we take one vacation a year to stay with my roommate from college for free. And we buy the food, and we drive the gas. We have vacation, I love it. But we're not flying to Acapulco on MasterCard. You know, live within your means. Information overload and addiction. That's big. You know, if you're sitting there Facebooking every minute, you know, liking, all that stuff, take a little time. Also, here's another thing, too many magazines. Oh my gosh, magazines to me are an energy zapper because these kids come home and they go, can you buy a couple subscriptions to put me through, you know, my band? The next thing you know, they're stacking up. Every day I've been taking a bag to Van Dyne because the residents like to read them. Also, data is like food. A good meal is served in reasonably sized portions from several food groups. It leaves you satisfied but not stuffed. So if you're too much on the computer or too much information, it's just an energy zapper. You know, if you're doing Facebook and Twitter and all this stuff, instead of getting off your duff and taking a walk, you're spending too much time. Also, resentment. You know, if you're spending too much of your energy thinking about poor you should have this, you should have that. Again, it's just an energy zapper. It's not going to change anything. Worrying and control issues. You know, one of the times that I usually throw hissy fits is when I don't feel good. Because when I'm at my optimum, I might have just said, oh, well, the garage door broke. So what? $200? That's fine. No, I don't think I'd even say that if I was feeling good. But in my dream world, I do. In my dream world, I'm a Stepford wife. No problem. I understand.
L in my dream world.
And Bob's, he had to say something. He had to say, in Bob's dream world, I'm a Stepford wife. That's what he said. No problem. I'm not upset. I understand. I sometimes practice in front of the mirror. It doesn't matter. Why worry? I understand. Try it, because sometimes it'll work. It hasn't for me, but maybe it will be for you. Also, one of the things is, you know, this has helped me say, what's the worst that could happen? You know, what's the worst? Usually it's like, you're dead. Did I tell about that cartoon on Facebook about the parents texting? I hate to repeat myself. Did I tell that last week? All right. I don't like looking at all this. So many people post so much junk, but this one cartoon I loved. If I told it again, humor me and laugh hard. So it was this cartoon that says, you text your child away at college and they don't answer immediately, you think, and there was a chart, and 95% of it was, they're dead. 4.9% of it was, they're dying. And maybe 0.1% was, they're just living their lives, they're busy, they're having fun, they'll get back to you when they have time. But isn't that it? It's like you text your kid and you're like this, okay, all right, come on, I'm waiting, yeah. Then I said, why isn't he texting me back? What's wrong? Isn't that what we think? What's wrong? We worry, there's control. We think we have control. How funny. Did I have any control over that spring? That's when I should really say, wow, I'm glad I didn't hit the car or hit somebody at the garage sale. Why do we think we have control over these things? Also, gossiping. I have to admit that I like facts. You know, if you were to say to me, well, did you know that blah, 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 I might be interested. Like if you say, such and such is sick. I say, that's not gossip though. I guess I really don't like gossip because to me gossip is telling like a story that's maybe not true or exaggerated. I really don't have a lot of time for gossip, and if you're doing it, it's an energy zapper, go for a walk. Also, energy vampires. Oh yeah, there's a couple in the group. I won't tell you to raise your hand. Because what you do is you're such a Debbie Downer. No one in the group. But you're a Debbie Downer, a Donald Downer, and you see him go, hey, how you doing? Not good. You're like, oh, how really? And then they start. And never say to the energy zapper, I don't feel very good, because they're immediately going to say, let me tell you how I feel. Or everything is just like, oh, zap, zap. And then you try to be helpful. Hey, maybe if you try this. That won't work. I tried it in 1979. It did not work. So my opinion of this is you have little, like, I have a few energy vampires in my life, and I relegate them. I say, okay, I haven't spoken to the energy zapper in 2 weeks. I can give them 10 times, and Bob, 10 minutes. And Bobby and I even have this practice, because I'll go, oh yeah, how you doing? Oh my God, oh, really? Oh, so sorry to hear that. And then they go on and on and on. And then Bob's got it on timer. He goes, Ellen, I need you to come here right away. And then I go, oh, I gotta go. See, it's planned. So plan your time with the energy zappers. Also, poor diet. A poor diet. Does anyone in the group here have a poor diet? Processed food is an energy zapper. Eat healthy. Don't overwork. I know that's one of my problems, that we overdo it. Endless to-do list. This bothers some people to have an endless to-do list. You know what I call an endless to-do list? Life, isn't it? Because if you don't have a to-do list, what the heck are you doing? You know, do you ever say, well, I have nothing to do, I'm just going to sit here. I have nothing to do. If there are people like that, I'm amazed. You have nothing to do? Are you kidding me? I will give you something to do. Also, lack of exercise. Guess what? Lack of exercise equals lack of energy. It's a downward cycle. You feel bad about yourself. You're not going to be fit. And then it's bad. We're going to stop right there, Bobby.